This thing again. It's looking like it's gonna be mostly video updates, like not time lapses of work and stuff. It's really easier for me to just listen to music. It's after work for me. I'm just finishing up. I've been out here for about 2 hours. I just wanted to really show what I managed to get done. Quite a few small things. So I got the bumper brackets off both sides. They were just cut. I got the shocks removed. That's their spot. They were definitely wore out. I got the U-bolt out of right there. Right there. That's where it goes. It was missing a nut and too short. I don't know how it even worked or if it did or what. It was hanging. You could see like it's kind of pointing down. I cleaned the hardware, did a little wire brushing on all that. I ended up taking the soft hose off this end right here. It was kind of just hanging. It was like bent out of the way. It wasn't connected to the diff when I started this project, so the lines were bent, but I got it bolted up to right there and it was really tight. All these were really tight, but I got them broke loose without stripping them. As with this one up here, I got it broke loose and I was gonna take the soft line all the way off. I kind of just assumed that there wasn't any fluid back here, but there was, so I just snugged it back up. I removed the jack, the factory spare tire jack from right there. A bunch of small stuff, but it needed to be done. The only thing I didn't really get done is cutting the brake cables. Now it's after 9 and I didn't want to cut them this late. So something I found out that was pretty cool when I was inspecting the brakes. It's not really cool, but it is kind of cool. It has a new spring kit in it. And I don't know if you'll be able to see, but yeah, it's got newer axle seals. And the brakes are all in pretty good shape. The drums are pretty smooth. I'm gonna clean all this up. There's a lug stud on the other side that I gotta try to clean up. Right there. I don't know if it'll clean up or not, but I'm gonna try to. And all this stuff is just like a lot of dust. Okay, that's pretty tough, but I'm gonna blow all this stuff out with air, and that's pretty much it for that. We're only gonna run this rear end until it goes out, but it is cool that it's got decent brakes on it. I've got a list made in there with a few things on it that I'm gonna try to get tomorrow. That's it for tonight. Okay, this bed was the old bed off the red S10, and somebody had did this cut to it where they completely sawzall hacked basically everything to get those tires on right there. The bed was pretty much unusable. I'm sure it could have been fixed, but dude, for the price of a new bed, I got that bed right there for 150 bucks. I think I said that before. I was gonna scrap it just like it was, but there was a request for some of this bed floor here from the customer. We commenced to hacking it, and it took a while, and about 3-4 cutting wheels, 2 Sawzall blades, and I even had to run to Dad's and get the Sawzall because I didn't have one here. I figured for transport to the scrap yard and loading it up, I should probably just go ahead and cut that side off, make it easier to handle. A little bit messy, but it worked. Glad to be done with it. Alright, so I took the factory rails off the seat, factory seat there, came out of the truck, and I put them on the aftermarket seat. They had already modified them to go in a Mustang, and they're all globbered up. I hammered one of these brackets off with a hammer, and I was like, let me just see. The measurements were too close not to try. I'm about to fit it in the truck, but literally the side to side was perfect, 13.5 inches center point on both seats, which I thought was pretty amazing. And the only thing I had to do was measure from this front bolt here. I mounted the fronts the same, and then I drilled a hole where normally the factory bracket bolts back here. I just drilled a hole there in the bracket at 11.5 inches. That went pretty rough on the first one, but the second one went right on, and I modified the thing here. There was a little bit of difference in the side to side, like at 1/2 inch. They weren't exact, my bad. So I did have to modify this piece just a little bit, but we're about to do a test fit. All right, not too ashamed to admit that I big goofed and put the passenger side brackets onto the driver's seat, but I'm not upset because I still was gonna have to do a passenger seat anyways, and it probably would have took me a lot longer to get to it, if you know what I mean. So once the driver's seat's in, it's like, that's good enough for now. So yeah, that's it though. It actually looks really good, and it is inside the rear glass, or where the rear glass will go. It's kind of weird. I thought it would go back a little further. I didn't sat in it. It's pretty comfy. It fit. So really all I gotta do is, what I'll probably actually do is go ahead and take the passenger seat out, bolt all the stuff to this seat and get it in, and then pretty much start over with the driver's seat with the driver brackets. Now that I've done that one, it should go super easy. I'm gonna break for dinner and then come back. It's 10:45. Shop's a wreck. New posters. 405 photo. Ordered these off Etsy. Well, actually, I just ordered this one poster, and I got that one for free. So that's what's up. And they gave me 3 of these stickers. Anyways, shop's a freaking total disaster. I dumped this makeshift hardware bin out to see if I had some bolts for the seats. Both of the seats are officially mounted in the truck. I had a problem with them, and off camera I just fixed it. I had them mounted in the wrong spot, the actual brackets to the seat, so I had to take all 4 of them off, re-drill them, and then bolted them all back in. So there's the driver's seat. It's pretty cool. It feels real nice. The steering wheel's a little big. It's not a tilt column. I'm actually pretty comfortable in it, and I'm right at 6 foot tall. So, turned out pretty good. I'm happy with it. It took quite a while, but I got it. It's a pretty big upgrade from the old seats. Bubba. You got a stick?
Yep, he does.
Alright. Wrapping it up. Peace.